Okay now.
There we go.
I hope it is.
Now, as I was saying, because Monster's thought got cut off and had to try to reshoot because apparently stupid shit's happening as usual. No, X-Men Origins Wolverine, the Green Hornet, the Josh Brolin Jonah Hex movie, all this stuff, those are bad examples of Hollywood trying to make a quick buck. Or people that don't really know what the hell they're doing or following the source material or even understanding what the characters are about. You want movies like Iron Man and Spider-Man and the first X-Men film and all that. You want films that are actually going to attract people to the theaters. Because I can't really comment any further on that. That's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, and I still would have actually liked to see Galactus in some kind of form in the second Fantastic Four movie. That's just my opinion. I think they could have done better than what they did.
But you know, sometimes you just need actors that are faithful to the role, or you want, you know, directors that are really faithful to the role as well.
Lawrence Fishburne, however, was a really good choice to voice the Silver Surfer.
And honestly, man, considering how weird and messed up Hellboy's universe is, you couldn't ask for a better creative director than Guillermo del Toro. Because
ain't that true?
You know, because, oh yeah, anybody who hasn't seen the Hellboy movies, go ahead and watch those. A lot of the creatures that are in there, those are Guillermo del Toro's designs. You know, man's got a very messed up imagination, but he is a really good director.
Yeah. And when it comes to actually putting things on the screen, you know, has Steven Spielberg ever done a superhero movie? I think he could pull it off very well.
Honestly, he produced the first Transformers movie.
Yeah, but that was just producing.
And he's actually doing the Adventures of Tintin, so there's...
Yeah, he is doing that. Doing that along with Peter Jackson, so I think that could be pretty cool.
I mean, it's funny because, and it's like, okay, take for example, Joe Johnston wants to do an origin movie for Captain America. Now, a lot of people give him crap because of the Rocketeer and the Wolfman and stuff. I didn't think that he did too bad with neither one of those movies.
I thought the Rocketeer was good. I thought the Wolfman was okay. It just, I don't know. I wasn't really scared watching it. It didn't really affect me all that much.
But
yeah,
I think
were some cool CGI effects, but
I'm interested to see how he's going to do Captain America. And from what we've seen, from what Chris Evans actually looks like, from the concept art for Hugo Weaving, it looks really good. It seems like, you know, they're staying very faithful to the characters.
Yeah, and I can definitely say that, you know, I think that me personally as a Spawn fan, I think the whole idea of Chris Nolan doing a Spawn movie is simply too awesome to put into words. And I've been hearing rumors of Chris Nolan doing a new live-action Spawn reboot.
And I mean, honestly though, man, you also need really good actors. And honestly, like I was telling you a while ago, you know, Chris Evans, it's actually been reported that he's asked the costume designers how to put on his Captain America costume. And literally every morning in his trailer since they've been filming, he's been actually strapping himself into his Captain America outfit, and he was asked, why do you want to do this, Chris? Why do you want to strap yourself into your own costume? You know, why not have people help you? And he said that it was because with a wink and a smile, he goes, it helps me get into character. And the lead costume designer she actually was quoted as saying, "I think it makes him feel more like a superhero." And that's pretty awesome that, that an actor, wants to really become that character by suiting up and looking in the mirror. And even Chris Hemsworth, who's playing Thor, he admitted that the armor was very heavy, that it was uncomfortable, and so did Tom Hiddleston with his Loki outfit, but they said that when they saw themselves, they were really very satisfied, and they said that it was actually kind of cool. And, they tried to bring, something to the table, and Anthony Hopkins, who has never read a Thor comic, didn't even know that it was a comic book, he thought it was the actual mythology. He had a blast. And I think that that's what you need to do with a comic book film. You want to get actors that are going to have, fun with the characters and stay faithful to the material.
And I think some of the best cast supervillain characters in history, Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul, Batman Begins. You can't find a better actor to play a better character than that. I'm sorry.
No.
You simply can't.
And I mean,
I think Liam Neeson was born to play Ra's al Ghul.
And also, whatchamacallit there. And I mean, as far as future comic book films, I mean, there's like Green Lantern that's coming out. And everybody's dogging Ryan Reynolds because, he's playing himself as Hal Jordan. You got to remember, Hal Jordan in the comics when he started out, he was a very cocky and very arrogant character.
Ryan Reynolds, from what I've seen in the trailer, I think he does a genuinely good job of acting.
Because,
from what I've seen.
I mean, Hal Jordan, when he started out in the comics, Monster, and you'll agree with me, he was a very cocky, sarcastic character. But everybody who reads like Darkest Night and stuff, it's like, he's a serious character. No, you got to see the evolution into why he became very serious.
Yeah, when he became uber serious, whenever Mongol actually destroyed his home city, and then he became infected by Parallax, which is actually going to play a big part in the upcoming live-action movie.
Yeah, it's going to be what gives Hector Hammond his abilities. And the special effects for the Power Ring look amazing.
I was kind of thinking, isn't it a bit early to introduce Parallax? That's just kind of what I'm thinking right now. It's just,
well, they had to explain how Hector Hammond got his powers, though.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
And I'm just more curious to see, okay, we've seen Mark Strong as Sinestro, we've seen, Tomari, we've seen Kilowog. Where are the Guardians?
I hope they don't actually omit the Guardians from the film, simply because I can imagine somebody saying, a bunch of little blue midgets in robes, this is going to look corny and goofy. I hope they don't. I sure hope they don't do that.
I don't think that they will. Martin Campbell wants to do great, and plus, even Ryan Reynolds admitted that he wouldn't do the film if they didn't at least try to stay true to the character. And I think the funniest part is that they messed up the Green Lantern oath in the script, and it was Ryan Reynolds who actually caught it. That's how big a geek and a nerd Ryan Reynolds is.
Yep. Definitely show that he cares about the fans a whole lot, simply because of the fact that he actually read and pronounced the entire Green Lantern oath to a little kid.